Mark, thanks. The heavy rain and flooding continues to cause problems for some living by Watauga Lake.
Yeah, people living in the Mallard Cove community in Butler cannot reach their homes by car. Instead, they either have to take boats or some of them are walking over makeshift bridges.
News Channel 11's Kaylin Cluck spoke with residents who fear for their safety.
Well, the landlord of Mallard Cove Marina and Cabin Rentals tells me about 20 homes are very hard to reach right now. With those homes not accessible by vehicle, the residents living there year-round say it's a major safety hazard.
This past week has been chaotic.
It began with heavy rains last week. Residents say flooding caused Wautaga Lake to rise several feet higher than normal at Mallard Cove.
It comes up 1 inch an hour or 2 inches an hour.
Vanderkroll says keeping the 6 docks raised so marina boats don't sink has been a 24-hour job.
If you're releasing cables for 2 hours, you go take a nap for 2 hours, you wake back up and you go do 2 hours again.
But he says he's more concerned for those who use his rental cabins as year-round homes. The road and parking lots to them are completely underwater, driving out of the question. So he's been building makeshift bridges for his residents. The biggest problem, emergency vehicles can't get through.
It is a 911 liability. You couldn't get an ambulance through 5 foot of water to respond to any of it right now.
The inconvenience is really not the problem. It's 911 access. A young lady just fell walking on the walkway here.
Vanderkroll says this flooding situation is an annual event, and the road is a Carter County road. He's reached out to the county commission in the past about constructing new road access above the flooding zone and was told they would need to speak with the TVA first. He hasn't heard back.
My question is, when they know 4 or 5 days ahead of time that it's going to pour down rain for 5 days, why do we not release the water for those 4 or 5 days and take the lake down 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet?
The TVA says controlling water levels is a delicate balance of making sure other areas downstream don't flood.
There's an entire regional look that our River Forecast Center managers do when considering where to hold the lakes at this kind of flooding that we're looking at.
It's not going to be normal again for probably, I'd say 2.5 to 3 weeks.
They're saying it's going to get worse, and that scares me.
The TVA says they expect to start releasing water from the Watauga Reservoir tomorrow. They said water is held back in the Watauga to protect those living downstream in areas. Josh and Sarah?